Everybody, it's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. It is 7 o'clock Sunday evening, time for Sunday Night Live Chat. Since we are live, we'll give everybody 20 or 30 seconds to jump on here, and then we will get rolling into the chat here shortly. All right, got a few people starting to jump on. We'll go ahead and get rolling. As always, thanks for coming back. Still amazes me, but every Sunday night we got a great group that jumps on with us and have a blast doing it. So, as always, I'm on two formats, YouTube and Facebook. As you see me glancing back between the two screens, I'm just trying to keep up with comments as we roll. So if you got any questions, comments, throw them on up there. We will sure try to get to them as we roll through the chat this evening. Last one for the year. We're just about there. We've just about made it through 2020. Iowa is on Facebook. Thanks for being here, Scott. Rico and Jess are here with us as always. Thanks for being here, guys. Kevin from Texas. Dan from Defiance on YouTube. One of our regulars is on with us again. Thanks for being here, Dan. Glenn from Minnesota. Glenn's one of our regulars. Thanks for being back, Glenn. You're always hanging in there with us, Glenn, and we appreciate that. So glad that you're back with us again. Our buddy Jason's on. I don't know where Jason's at this evening, or over the road driver. We'll see if he's got anything cool to tell us about tonight before he starts running coast to coast here after the first of the year. But anyway, well, like I said, it's the end of the year, and we made it. I think, hopefully, just about done with it. John just jumped on with us on Facebook. Thanks for being here. Next week, we'll be into 2021. We will keep our fingers crossed that it's better. It can't be too much more screwed up. So Rob from Oklahoma just jumped on. Long Bowman 89 on YouTube's on with us. Thanks for being here, everybody. Hopefully lots of good things are going to come out of this next year, because there wasn't a lot that came out of this year. There was more stuff that got canceled than happened. Arkansas on with us. Vic is in complete agreement with us on Facebook. And my buddy Bill Twitchell's on with us. Great to have Bill on with us. Always good to hear from him. Except, we're hoping for a better year, but there's a swap meet I usually try to catch in Nebraska in January called the Snowbird Swap Meet in Holdridge, Nebraska. I did look it up today and found out that they did go ahead and pull the plug on that deal a couple months ago. So one of the January swap meet I generally try to catch is already canceled. Not a big one, but usually a fun one to go to. In the last year or two, I haven't been able to make it due to storm, so I was really looking forward to trying to get there this year, and they pulled the plug on it. So I got my buddy Mike on. Thanks for being here, Mike. But we'll keep our fingers crossed, and next week it'll be a new year, and the next time we get back together, and hopefully it's going to be a better one. What's been going on? The back out at the SRCA drag strip last Monday. Okay, we got the OTR report from Jason. We'll go ahead and slide that one in. Jason's in Ohio, but he had a breakdown and he's behind. Hasn't seen anything interesting other than some wrecks in the snow. So nothing cool to report that Jason's seen out on the road this week. And you never know. He may find some stuff in your area. A lot of times he sees some cool stuff along the road and he lets us know, so we sure tell everybody about it. California just jumped on with us. Thanks for being here, California. But back out at the SRCA drag strip this week, shot some video Monday with Rob Park, the director of Division 5 for NHRA. He came out to see how things were going, as well as Larry Crisp from Vandermeer Speedway, who is kind of a track crew. He's helped develop and build several drag strips. Those guys were out here. We shot a few videos with them. Unfortunately, we had to wear masks, and there was some sound issues. But with the NHRA, they are requiring that for everything. So we did have to wear masks for those videos, and I know it affected the sound quality, but we didn't have our hands were kind of tied with in the NHRA here on Monday. But they looked over what was going on, made a few suggestions, and it's kind of weird when you're out there looking at you're getting ready. They're pouring concrete, a strip of concrete, and they're doing several pours, but it's going to be almost 3/4 of a mile long. 65 feet wide. That's a lot of concrete, and they're out there. Their stuff they're looking at is eighth of an inch, 16th of an inch. And but that's what's critical about making this thing come out right. So got Lee from New York just jumped on with us. Lee's usually here with us, and but it's coming along. Obviously, getting into the bad time of the year to pour concrete, so a little worried about what's going to happen here over the next month or two. I'm sure they're going to get her done by next spring. It's just when is it going to be done? And we got Rocky Mountain Race Week in June. Need to have the track open, and get a little racing action on it prior to that. So hopefully things keep moving and they can keep making headway and getting that thing forward. So still exciting to see what's going on. It's still exciting and fun to be out there, especially when we got some guys like that who come out to help us and give us their advice and try to make this thing really great. Nebraska just jumped on with us. Thanks for being here, Shane. Next thing, I don't know if Hudson's on with us or not yet. If you are on, Hudson, let me know, so we can get into this next segment that I want to talk about. But after we got done last week, Hudson called me, and I didn't realize he had called me about a year ago, and we had a conversation. And he called me after we got done last week. We had another conversation, and we talked about his website. Now, like I told you guys before, I do this digital media stuff to promote my business and sell parts and sell cars and help you guys with your project. That's why I'm here. But this is also about us as a group. Jim from Illinois just jumped on with YouTube. Thanks for being here, Jim. So when Don in Nashville's here, Jerry with Pennsylvania just jumped on with us. Thanks for being here, guys. Got a great group jumping on again tonight, and a good crowd between both formats. But he's got a website that, say you call me and I don't have a part for your car, we're still looking. Hudson's got a website called matchclassicparts.com. And that's exactly what it's called, Match, M-A-T-C-H, classicparts.com, where you can post a wanted to buy ad for parts you're looking for. And he's a hobbyist like us. And I said, hey, this is about all of us. So I got no problem talking about it on here, putting the word out. Hey, if it's something I don't have, maybe you can post it on there. Maybe you can find it. And we've talked quite a bit about his website, and I looked at it as we were going through it, and he was telling me about it. And I see a lot of the same issues on there that I have problems with, of incomplete questions and things like that. But still, another source that we can sure utilize when you're trying to find parts for your project. Because the guys that have been here with me all from the beginning, hence February, know this is why this Sunday night chat started, was just tips on how to find parts or project cars or things like that. And that's why I started it, was to give you guys tips about what I'm up against in my position when you guys call looking for parts. And that's how it all started. And we've talked a lot about that, about the information that I need, about the differences in shipping based on sizes and weights, and how to use eBay and things like that, and all those different factors that play into when we're trying to find parts. So, Hudson's website, matchclassicparts.com, is another source that can be utilized to try to find parts for your project. So something else to keep in mind. And like I said, like I've always told you guys, if you've got something coming up, if you've got an event, something that we want to talk about, by all means, just let me know. Give me a shout. Give me the details. We get people on here from all over the world, much less all over the country. So we may have a few people from your area that might be interested in your event or what you've got going on. So when Hudson called me, we had the conversation. I looked at his site. And so, yeah, that's something that we all need to know about. And, some of us might be able to utilize in the future. So definitely something to keep in mind, and was glad that he called. We had a good conversation about it. Have not seen him jump on yet. He was on Facebook with us the last several weeks, so he may have gotten tied up tonight. But wanted to let you guys know about it, and something that might be worth checking out. What have I been doing? Obviously, it's been a crazy week. It's been a hectic week with the holidays and everything. And I hope everybody had a good Christmas and made it through with at least a little bit of sanity left. We got to have enough sanity left after Christmas to get through this last week of 2020. So hopefully everybody made it through successfully. I had some pretty nice weather here, so I was working most of the week. try to get some cars cleaned up, get some vehicles moving around, trying to get ready for winter, making some holes. So I got places to unload cars if I bring stuff in and it's wet and I can't find good places to roll cars off. I needed to make some room on some of the solid areas where I've got good rock to get cars unloaded. Got a bunch of cars and trucks cleaned up that are good projects that I'm going to get ready to sell. I've got a 56 Ford truck that is on eBay right now that ends tonight. I listed a 46 Hudson Coupe. I got a 54 Ford F350 that I just cleaned up that I'll probably put on eBay here in a day or two. Nicknamed it the Jack of all trades. It's a pretty interesting truck. Classic Ride Society just jumped on with us out of Texas. Glad they're here. Doug in North Carolina just jumped on. Thanks for being here, guys. But Jack of all trades 54 F350. I'm going to throw it on eBay here in a day or two. I did shoot a video on it that kind of highlights why I call the truck the Jack of all trades. I did a video on that truck, oh gosh, probably a year ago, shortly after it came in, but didn't really, I guess, explore or really understand what that truck had done in its life. There was a bunch of junk in the back. And once I got the back cleaned out, seen a bunch of the modifications that have been done to this truck, it was really pretty interesting. I just had one jump on YouTube with us, and I apologize, I cannot pronounce your name, but glad you're here with us. It looks like it's probably something foreign, so I'm not 100% sure, but glad you're here. Glenn's still looking for a 60 Chevy 4-door hardtop. Nothing there. No ideas on that right now. I got my good friend Barvon on YouTube and her brother. Thanks for being here. Glad you guys made it tonight. And but this 56 or 54 F350, it's just such a cool truck. It's got a big grill guard on it. It's got a tow bar on it. It's got a bunch of modifications. Got a heavy duty rear bumper on it. It was definitely, I had to have been a farmer's pickup. Set up for gin pulls, set up to be a single or dual wheel truck, just all kinds of amazing things. It's going to be I think the video came out really good. I'm really excited for you guys to see it, and I'll have the truck on eBay here in a day or two. Kevin, I've got a 46 Hudson Coupe that I just put on eBay a couple days ago. You can check it out on there, and I've got a video on it on YouTube as well. Rick just jumped on with us on Facebook. Thanks for being here, Rick. Let's see. The 54 F350 though, it's so neat. And like I said, you're gonna have to watch the video to understand why I call it the Jack of all trades. But super cool. And the other thing that's cool about it is typically a truck like this would have never survived. It's super solid. There's a few tiny spots of rust in it, but it's extremely minimal. But overall, really good truck. And that's the thing. These, a 1-ton never survived. A 1-ton with a cab this good got parted out years ago to fix a half-ton. This truck survived intact with all these modifications that were done to it 50, 60 years ago just to get the job done. So kind of excited about getting that video posted. I'll probably throw that up tomorrow night. So be sure to watch out for that and see what we've got going on there. Chris just jumped on with us on YouTube. Thanks for being here, Chris. So that's kind of the topics I had to cover tonight. And comments have been a little slower tonight. We kind of got hit pretty hard with them last week really quick. And this week it's been a little bit slower. So I've been keeping up with them pretty well. Let's see. What else is going on? Trivia time. Anybody ready to do a little trivia? Tonight, I got another can to give away. This is a mobile super heavy duty brake fluid can. The front of it's faded. It looked like it had a little bit of fluid spilled on it, but looks like it primarily sat out in the sun. Like maybe sat in a window or something. And it's real faded on the front, but it's real shiny. So like the blue faded, the red's real bright, and it's real shiny, and the side looks pretty good. So we're going to send this one out to our winner tonight. It's got the Pegasus on the side of it. So kind of a cool can. It is an old original metal can, which is kind of cool, which you don't see a lot of anymore. So I'm going to send that out to the winner, as well as another koozie for the F&E Collector Auto Auction. Kind of crazy to think about that. That's going to be, we'll be starting on that here within the next 30 days. Even though the sale won't be till October, we will be rolling with that here within the next 30 days. We've already got 3 or 4 cars getting ready to list. And so we'll get, that's going to be coming up in time to be starting on that. So tonight's trivia question: if you've been catching the videos from the Marquette, Kansas Motorcycle Museum, which was really an amazing museum for a little small town in Kansas, and all kinds of motorcycles, scooters, bicycles, memorabilia, racing trophies, posters, some memorabilia, a really, really great collection. And was really excited about it when I saw it. I posted the last video. I shot 3 videos there. I posted the last one, I believe, Monday night. And there was something in that video that I was really excited about. There's a bicycle in that video that is one of my favorite bicycles that I want to add to my collection. What was that bicycle? And as always, I'm going to go with the first correct answer that I see. As always, we're dealing with the system. Sometimes the feeds do not keep up, and I do apologize. I do miss some comments. Some comments do not feed. I try to catch what I can. But so if I miss something, I do apologize. Right now, I'll keep an eye on both screens to see if anybody remembers what the bicycle was that I was so excited about that I hope to get one of these days. No, it was not the Henderson. The Henderson was a motorcycle in that video. So anyway, I'll keep an eye on that. I got some other comments that are popping up here on Facebook. 84 Chevy pickup, brown and tan. Chuck, I've got an 85 or 86 in that color scheme. If you want to give me a call after we get done, I can check that. Trunk lid 5152 Chevy Fleetline. I do have some cars in that era. Brian, there again, give me a call if we get done. I'll get you on my list. No, it was not a Harley Davidson bicycle. So Casey, that not on that one. Do not Classic Ride Society 6970 Caddy Coupe. Nothing there. I've got some 69s, but they're sedan DeVilles. Dennis is getting close, but I need the actual name of it because that's what makes it stand out. Let's see. Dennis says the model. It's the model name. Yeah, I guess that would be the model name of the bicycle. That is what makes it stand out. The name I can't understand. I'm seeing some of your comments that's popping up here, but I did see that last one you threw up there about if I can see your comments. I've seen that one, but anyway. No, Chris, unfortunately, it wasn't an apple crate. That is one that I would love to have, but this one in this video was not an apple crate. I would love to have any of the muscle bikes. I'd take an apple crate. I'd take a pea picker. I'd take a cotton picker. I'd take a lemon peeler. I love all those bikes as well, but that's not the one that was in this video. But that's a great guess because I do love the muscle bikes as well. But anyway, it's been kind of a bananas week with the holidays and everything. I did not pick up any new inventory this week of interest, unless you count a 2000 Blazer interesting, but it wasn't really that interesting. No, Joe, it was not a Stinger. So I'm keeping an eye on the comments, and we'll see if somebody gets it. But no new inventory really to talk about. New videos. We'll post the one on the 54. There we go. Chris got it. The Phantom. The Schwinn Phantom. Christopher, Todd Robertson, if you want to give me a call after we get done, I will get you down to get this can and koozie sent to you. But that's what it is. It is the Schwinn Phantom. Awesome bicycle made in the mid to late 50s. Just Art Deco, chrome. I mean, just pure 50s style. Great looking bicycles. The Jaguar that we got at Mecum, I think maybe like just kind of a slightly off version from the Phantom. There's a lot of similarities in that Jaguar compared to a Phantom, but do not have a Phantom, but I do love that bicycle. So anyway, Christopher's our winner on that one, and appreciate everybody playing. So new videos next week. Like I said, we'll get the Jack of all trades 54 F350 posted, and we'll get some other stuff. I'll get another one probably in the new yard. And then Friday night, I don't know if anybody caught the video from this last Friday. My buddy's yard that has a ton of cool old iron in it. I've got, I think, 4 more videos that I shot there, so I'll probably give you another one of those on Friday night. So hope you guys enjoyed that. It's some different scenery. Unfortunately, a lot of the cars in there are pretty heavily picked, but there are thousands of cars in there. I bet there's 3,000 cars, maybe 4,000 cars, a lot of stuff. But it's been picked, and it's been picked hard. But still cool stuff, still neat to see that stuff. You know, you don't see a 58 Impala in a salvage yard very often, but there's one there. Unfortunately, there just is absolutely nothing left of it. But you know, that happens. Back in the day, a lot of the stuff that we think of today is, you know, super rare, super hard to find. 30, 40, 50 years ago, they were used cars. And a lot of them ended up in those old salvage yards. Just most of them are not around anymore. Most of them have been crushed out and are long gone. Florida's on. Thanks for being here, Florida. Glad you made it, Joe. So we'll throw some of that stuff up. Like I said in the video, if you did catch it, you know, this friend of mine, he is retired. If he feels like opening for a couple hours that day, he will. If he doesn't, he won't. So he did tell me, you know, he was nice enough to let me shoot video, let me share it with everybody. But he said, if anybody's got any questions, to call me. He said he doesn't want to deal with it. He doesn't want to deal with the people. He said they need something to call me, and then I can deal with him or check with it next time I get down there. But still just cool to see. And I'm glad he was open to letting me shoot some video to share it with you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. But that's pretty much what I've got going this week. And we'll get ready to start wrapping up. Yeah, Jim said Michigan crushed everything. So, and that's what happened. A lot of these yards, especially, you know, about 15 years ago, iron went through the roof. I mean, I remember a few times. New Mexico just jumped on with us. Thanks for being here, Jerry. You know, I remember a few times back in the mid 2000s, and then once again around 2011, where, you know, cars got to $200 to $250 a ton, and there was an awful lot of stuff that disappeared in those windows. You know, especially a lot of these guys. You think back 15 years ago, you know, a lot of those guys that had salvage yards for 30 or 40 years were at retirement age, and you know, the iron went through the roof, and they crushed out, and that happened on top of the fact that, you know, a lot of these guys, you know, if the cities have encroached on them and things like that have been pushed out. But when that iron price got that high, a lot of those guys realized it was time to retire, and it went. Fortunately, this one, you know, my friend did not do that. And in fact, there's never been a crusher on this place. He's never let a crusher pull onto this property, and he's been there since the early 60s. So that's kind of amazing too, that everything is still there after that many years. So, but it's cool, and I'm glad he's willing to let me share it. Just if you do have questions, just give me a call. But anyway, that's what I've got for tonight. Hope everybody had a great time. Thanks for coming back again and again. Still amazes me that you guys do it, but we do it every week, and you guys are all here, and you don't have any idea what that means to me. But I'm glad you're hanging out. Let's see, we got Andrew on Facebook. Started in late model auto salvage in Northeast Kansas in 06. In 06, yeah. And he said that's when iron was hot. He said they smashed a lot of it, and that happened everywhere. You know, so that's unfortunately, that's what has put us in the position we're in now, especially with a lot of the cars from the 70s and 80s, because that's when that stuff was getting old and not worth anything. And you know, trying the 70s and 80s stuff is tough to find now. Glenn says, thanks. I appreciate you being here, Glenn. If it wasn't for guys like you, we wouldn't have a chat. Scott enjoys the videos. Thanks. Appreciate it. Appreciate the comments, Brian and Kevin. And Chuck, don't text me, call me. And maybe you haven't been on with us before, so we'll go over it again real quick. If you text me, I don't have any idea what we're talking about. You guys have to remember, I've got about 1,300 cars on 20 acres, 6 buildings full of inventory. And today's a perfect example. I had a call today from a guy looking for a 49 or 50 Chevy two-door Fleetline project car. I said, I don't have any that are a good project car. He said, well, do you have anything? I said, yeah, but what I've got, I've already started parting out. Well, after we talked for a while, he finally told me that he had a complete car that was a regular sedan, and he just needed a two-door Fleetline body. And he was going to use his chassis, his front clip. He had all the dash parts. He had most of the interior stuff. He just needed anything specific to the Fleetline body. But the two-door sedan front seat would work. He just needed a body shell. Well, when he tells me that, then yes, I've got some Fleetline bodies. If you asked me for a 50 Chevy Fleetline two-door project car, I didn't have anything that's a good project. So, but by having that conversation, that's why we were able to determine, yes, I may have something that can help him. That's why I've got to know what you guys are trying to accomplish, and that's why that short conversation, we can get there real quick. So that's why I insist on calls, Chuck. So maybe you hadn't been on with us before, and but I do appreciate you being here. But having that short conversation is what we have to do to make sure we're on the same page. If I've got something here that may work for your project. So anyway, as always, thanks for being here, everybody. It looks like at this point we're caught up with comments. Last one for this year. I guess if nothing else, this came out of 2020. I wasn't doing this before this. I started this middle of February this year. AL4N777 just jumped on with us. Thanks for being here on YouTube, even though we are getting towards the end. Still glad you jumped on. So I guess we built this into the group we have on here right now in 2020, so we can hold our heads high. We've accomplished that much this year, and did something productive. So the next time we get together, it will be 2021, and we'll have a fresh start. Hopefully, some of this stuff will start moving again. Hopefully, the swap meets are going to start opening back up. I have not heard anything about the Sunflower Swap Meet for Charity in Wichita that I always go to. I did double check their site today as well, looking for some of this stuff coming up before we got on tonight. They do not have anything posted as far as a date and that's in March. So I'm hoping that is a go, and that may be the facility, that may be Century 2. They may not be scheduling anything at this point yet. So I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but we're keeping our fingers crossed that some of this stuff starts going. Yeti Am says they're going to be there if it's open, and we're all hoping it's going to be open. Kevin says Happy New Year to everybody. Glad you're here, Kevin, and the same to you. But I guess we'll just keep our heads up, keep our fingers crossed, and hope that the car shows, the swap meets, the auctions, and everything gets at least somewhat back to normal next year. So I guess with that, we'll wrap up Sunday Night Chat for 2020. And we will see you all back here next Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. Hopefully you all can make it. Bring your friends. Invite them to come hang out with us. We got an awesome group on here hanging out with us, having a blast doing it. And it all happens because of you guys. Like I said, it isn't about me. It's all of us on here talking about what we love, which is cars and trucks and memorabilia and antiques and things like that. So Happy New Year to everybody, and can't wait to see you next year. Next Sunday night, we'll be in January of 2021, and we will start fresh and see what happens. So thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you being here, and we will see you tomorrow night with the Jack of All Trades 54F350. We will see you live Tuesday night on Toy Tuesday on Facebook on the Nobody Show page, and we'll get a few more cool videos for the rest of the week. As always, if you've got any questions about vehicles or parts, just give me a call. We can have that conversation about what you're trying to build, year, make, model, what direction you're going with your build, and we'll see if I've got anything here that can help you out. So thanks for being here, everybody. Super appreciate you coming by, and glad you made it, and we will see you next Sunday night. Thanks for watching, everybody.